Good evening. Could please everyone stand for the presentation of the flag? Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mrs. Bartell, and this is Mrs. Stonich, and we are the advisors for National Honor Society. We're very pleased for you to be here tonight to watch your son or daughter be inducted into the National Honor Society, which is a great honor for them, and to be into the society and everything that they have to accomplish to be in the society. And we are very honored, Mrs. Stonich and I, to have this class this year. They worked very hard. They had to do a lot of different service hours, leadership skills, character, as well as their academics to get in, and I'm very proud of them. They did a fabulous job. We looked at all their applications, and we were very, very impressed with what we saw this year. So I would just want to say, wonderful job, guys, and welcome. And we're going to begin our ceremony tonight with Dr. Cameron Ryba. He is going to give an opening keynote speech.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, how awkward is it when you're standing there and your high school principal comes down wearing the same exact outfit that you have on tonight? That's how much I've inspired Dr. Smithberger, is that we even dress alike as we come to these events. So that's awesome. Mr. Naso, our board president, has a picture that I'm sure he'll use for a lifetime ahead as we go forward. But we're here about you, and we're here to congratulate all of you on this outstanding accomplishment of being inducted in the National Honor Society. It's an outstanding accomplishment that not only identifies your strength as a student, but as a young adult that's demonstrated skills in leadership, character, and service. And so, although we have 4 National Honor Society pillars that have equal importance in what it means to be an NHS member, I'd like to focus my remarks tonight on one pillar, the pillar of leadership. So if you look at the traditional definitions of leadership, you'll read phrases such as leading a group of people, leading an organization, or the position of being a leader. National Honor Society describes leadership as student leaders who are resourceful, good problem solvers, idea contributors based on leadership experiences from community or school activities. And you know, soon you will all be in the workforce. And there was a recent study on state leadership in the workforce, and it says that 84% of organizations anticipate a shortfall in leaders in the next 5 years. And of the leaders that are currently in positions, organizations believe that 71% of them do not have the current leadership skills to lead their organization into the future. So that's what I'm here to share with you tonight. We need you in school and in life to be strong leaders. And I challenge each of you to expand your view of what it means to be a leader beyond some of these traditional dictionary definitions. So let me give you an example, and this is the participation part of my speech tonight. By a show of hands, how many of you have ever been in a classroom and one of your classmates was acting like a fool? If you didn't raise your hand, you may have been the one that was acting like a fool. So was he or she a leader at the time? Absolutely, they were a leader. So leadership and leadership practices has nothing to do with age, it has nothing to do with position, it has nothing to do with title. But true leadership and the leaders that I challenge you to aspire to be are much different. See, when I meet people and that they get to know me and the first time, and they always ask me, hey, what do you do for a living? And I tell them, well, I'm the superintendent of a school district. And I typically get the same follow-up question. Well, besides calling off school on snow days, what do you actually do all day? So, and as I've answered this question and similar questions over the years and really reflected on what it means, what I do in my job, and what I believe it means to be a leader, it all comes down to one thing. Leadership is nothing more than influence. As leaders, we can influence the environment around us, we can influence beliefs others hold, and we can influence behaviors that others exhibit. As best-selling leadership author John Maxwell puts it, leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. So no matter your age or whether you prefer to be out in front of the crowd or amongst it, we can all lead in our own way. Sometimes we lead just by showing up. Showing up and being present is a great first step. Or some of us may lead by doing the work, being an example, a model for others to follow. Or maybe you lead by building relationships and building people up to see new possibilities that they couldn't see on their own. No matter if you lead in one of these ways or all of them, you have the opportunity to be a positive influence on the beliefs and the behaviors of others. So thank you. Thank you for being a leadership in our school district, and here's to the positive influence that you have had on us and will continue to have on others as you lead in the next phases of your life. Once again, congratulations on achieving this wonderful accomplishment, and have a wonderful evening.
Students, parents, and faculty, on behalf of our Executive Board, I would like to begin by welcoming you to the 2018 National Honor Society induction ceremony. Thank you for joining us tonight as we congratulate our new inductees on their outstanding accomplishments as students and leaders in the community. My name is Skylar Haberman, and I am honored to be serving as the NHS President this year. It is a privilege for me to be speaking tonight in front of our members and their families to celebrate the achievements of our 68 new inductees and to welcome them into the Strongsville High School chapter of the National Honor Society. The National Honor Society is recognized as the leading nationwide organization in identifying exceptional students. Established in 1921, NHS has held an enduring legacy in our nation's high schools for almost a century. Though significant in recognizing and celebrating talented students, National Honor Society is not to be confused with an honor roll. The students being recognized today have earned their membership by demonstrating their fulfillment of the qualities that define a well-rounded student, all while maintaining a high academic standing. The National Honor Society is built upon 4 principles that have defined the organization's purpose throughout the years: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. In order for a student to be accepted into NHS, he or she must uphold all 4 pillars in and out of the classroom, as reflected by the student's application and verified by his or her teachers. That being said, it is a great accomplishment to be accepted into this organization on account of the devotion each individual student has applied to their studies, extracurriculars, and leadership positions leading up to this point. Because essentially, this is what defines the ideal member of the National Honor Society. Not the measure of a student's intelligence, but a student's dedication to bettering him or herself, and channeling that same dedication into the improvement of the world we live in. This foundation is what sets NHS apart from the other clubs that would also hold authority on a college resume. Last year, when myself and our other current members were submitting our NHS applications, I remember asking my classmates whether they planned on applying. Keep in mind, anyone who has gone through this application process can attest to the fact that it is extremely thorough and demanding. And at this time last year, I still had no idea why. The prerequisites for applying include a high GPA, and 30 volunteer hours, and the application itself is a sizable packet that requires an essay, letters of recommendation, descriptions of leadership, experience, and proof of extracurricular activities. So, the students who replied no to the question, "Are you applying to NHS?" most popularly explained that the explanation was too much work and they didn't feel like doing the application. This is understandable, but that's when it clicked for me. This application process is specifically designed to pinpoint the students who are willing to contribute the most effort into a project to ensure an end result that reflects a quality of excellence. It specifically pinpoints the young leaders that represent the epitome of leadership, scholarship, service, and character. My intention in telling you this is to emphasize to our new inductees the significance of this accomplishment. Not only did you meet the initial requirements of scholarship and service, but our faculty has also found excellence in your fulfillment of leadership and character, which is something to be celebrated and commended upon. To conclude, I will leave you with one final thought. The National Honor Society motto is Noblesse oblige, which is French for nobility obligates. I think that this is an extremely appropriate phrase that defines the core motivation behind this organization, the idea that privilege entails responsibility. Up to this point, you have demonstrated exceptional qualities of leadership, scholarship, service, and character. You are recognized tonight as the leaders of your class, and you are now being inducted into one of the most prestigious nationwide organizations that is designed to recognize and challenge students like yourself. This is a great honor, but also a significant responsibility. I urge you to continue to pursue the thirst for knowledge that has motivated you to accomplish all that you have today. Never stop learning, because what you learn gives you the power to put forth your efforts and service to create a better world. As the 2018 inductees to the Strongsville High School chapter of the National Honor Society, you are our community's role models today and leaders tomorrow. Whatever you go on to pursue or accomplish in the future, use this power of dedication and drive to facilitate the change that this world needs and ultimately serve a purpose much greater than yourself. And now I will hand things off to our Vice President, Trina Gisani.
Our first pillar of the National Honor Society is scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. As James Russell Lowell once said, true scholarship consists in knowing not what things exist, but what they mean. It is not memory, but judgment. I will now have Saksha Krishnan, our social media coordinator, talk about the second pillar.
Service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. As stated by O. Mandino, always render more and better service than is expected of you, no matter what your task may be. Now, Saya Morton, our secretary, will speak to you about our next pillar of the National Honor Society.
Leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. As Harold S. Janine once said, leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in action. And next, we will have our president discuss our last pillar.
final pillar is character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. We will now begin our tapping ceremony.
Claire Abdallah. Jenna Amawi. Bianca Banez. Robert Barno. John Burney. Ria Bhatt. Patrick Bischoff. Allison Blazetic. Sophia Brown. Cheryl Chan. Anastasia Chobanu. Olivia Clotworthy. Bryce Cooney. Camden Check. Catherine DeJulius. Lena Dudley. Deanna Dumich. Megan Fleischer. Samantha Fleming. Olivia Frazier. Shaylin Gadd. Brianna Gallagher. Ethan Hartman. Malak Hassan. Sam Hepp. Cameron Hinckley. Alyssa Hughes. Dylan Hyun. Cole Joniak. Lauren Kansas. Katie Capel. Andrew Keating. Nicole Cavazia. Victoria Cavazia.
John Kramer. Ashley Kuhn. Mary Lally. Molly Largent. Sam Majka. Shazeb Malik. Meredith Markham. Dana Martins. Adam Mayo. Riley McGrail. Rachel McKim. Jamie Melland. Atia Najar. Kirsten Naso. Matthew Long. Lainey Peters. Victoria Raznick, Alexandra Romero Kistler, Muhrail Salah, Joey Shamer, Bridget Segi, Rebecca Silvas, Melanie Steinberger, Shub Tacker, Amanda Tinarello, Michael Trudler, Vioma Trevetti, Tessa Troughton, Nicholas Volaski, Abigail Whitmore, Matt Williams, Danielle Wolford, Madeline Yankee, Allison Junk,
NHS members, please rise. Please take out your pledges and repeat it with me. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. You may be seated. And now for some final remarks from our principal, Dr. Mark Smithberger.
On behalf of Strongsville High School and the school district in general, congratulations, NHS inductees to class of 2018. Let's give them a round of applause. As I look out here this evening, I'm so proud of you guys as the young people you became and you're still working to grow into. I met you guys as 8th graders, and we always talk at that meeting. I always talk to the 8th grade class about making sure you're ready for high school. When you guys get here, your first day of high school, and you're in this auditorium. We pack all 550 of you in here, and honestly, most of you are scared to death. You're wide-eyed, you're not sure where the restroom is, you don't know where the building is, how to navigate the building yet. And then I ask this question of every freshman class: what's your legacy gonna be? How do you want to be remembered? What are you gonna do with these next 4 years? And you guys have done exactly what we hoped you would do. You've taken that as a serious challenge of who you're going to become, how you're going to work, and you're well-rounded young people. And that's what we look for. We want students that are well-rounded. We think it's great your academics. We also think it's important to represent all 4 pillars: involved in service, involved in leadership. Those things matter. That's part of it. Having high character. So thank you for being who you are and being role models for us. Not just for your classmates, for us as adults. You challenge us every day to work harder and be better for you, so thank you. Before I go, I always want to make sure we recognize and we talk about how we got to where we did. None of you guys are here as an island of yourself. You've had supports along the way. One of your support systems is here right now, your parents. So this time, give your parents a round of applause and say thank you for all they've done for you to help you get here. And I make this joke all the time, guys. They're the ones who've driven you around. You talk to your teachers, they help you with projects. Even those projects that you told them at 11 o'clock at night, like, hey, by the way, I need some stuff from Target. Get me there. They get it back in the car and drive you there. That's what they do, because they love you and they care about you and support you. Tomorrow when you come to school, thank the teachers who helped mold you and help you along the way. Because part of being a leader is recognizing other people helped you get where you are. So I take that as a challenge tonight to keep doing that. My final thought for you guys this evening is really this. Today you joined NHS. You're going to be alive a lot longer. You have another year and a half of high school. You have 4 years of college or life after high school. You have 30 to 40 years in the workforce. That sounds bad when I say that out loud, but you will. What is your legacy going to be? How do you keep progressing? How do you keep growing? How are you going to be better tomorrow than you are today? Keep working. I'm proud of you. You guys truly are role models for all of us. Thank you. As I close, I want to make sure I thank our NHS advisors. Thank you, ladies, Ms. Bartel, Ms. Stonich. I want to thank our officers on stage this evening. Ladies, outstanding job. Well done. I want to thank the NHS selection committee that's made up of our faculty who worked to select our outstanding candidates tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. Finally, I want to say thank you to our sound and light technician as well as our custodial staff for everything set up. Thank you guys for doing that. As we end our program this evening, there are refreshments in the cafeteria. Please join us. We would love to socialize with you and enjoy each other's company this evening. My final statement to parents: you are their parent. You can take as many pictures of them as you want. If you want them on stage, put them on stage. You want them with groups, it's your night. Feel free. Take as many pictures as you want. It's an exciting night, guys. Once again, congratulations, and thank you for being here. Good night.